Today is the 20th of June 2024, and we are talking about more shapes. Okay, today we are still looking at the cone. The cone is a very, very important shape. Okay, so right from a cone of chips, ice cream have cones. Some storage stuff has cones. If you go to the supermarket and you walk in some of these storage sections where you see tuna, uh, sweet potatoes, no, I mean sweet corn, uh, baked beans, um, a lot of things. Some of the things that they use to store our food, it comes with shapes. It's either a tank, okay, there are baked beans that have been created in a form of a tank from a small empty box that you can just take it to work and microwave and eat it with your toasted bread or something for lunch if that is what you want to do. uh, there are baked beans in cylinder metal containers that you can use for the whole family. Sweet corn, um, tuna, okay, all this stuff. You can, and even if you go to the animal section, there are loads. Okay, so what I'm showing you is, don't go to the shops now and get big stuff. Okay, if you go to um, a food supplement shop, everywhere you go there are shapes. So when you go out now and you're buying, look at it. Okay, look at the shape that whatever you are buying came out of, and see, because if you are able to visualize it, then at times it's the formulas are not difficult to solve. Okay, it's either uh, 1/3 pi r squared h or 1/3 pi r cube h. Okay, if it is volume, it's likely r cube or r squared h. So that in the end, your unit to be in centimeter cube or unit cube. If it's in area or surface area, you might get 1/3 or 4/3 pi r. Okay, this are RH or r squared, or so these are things that if you write it down, you can see the pattern. Okay, you can see the pattern and know when to use what and know when to apply what. Some of the shapes, you can't have a formula for it. Okay, so you might have to use a cone like what we are going to do today, and then use that, or maybe what we did yesterday, the cone and the cylinder fused together. When you turn it upside down, you want to find the height of gets the sand from the end of one end of a cylinder to where it is. Okay, and this is how it makes it interesting to learn. Math, very, very interesting to learn. Okay, so today we are going to look at cones and frustum. I'll show you how it looks like. Okay, Thank you to all my subscribers. Okay, please subscribe if you haven't already. Like, share, and if you're on a platform that you can follow. Okay, as long as it doesn't cost you anything, and when you get the videos and you've watched, share, please. Share, don't give it to yourself. If the account is not yours, ask permission from the account holder or open your own account and use it to receive our videos, okay, and use it as much as you like, okay. Now, please follow my newsletter scripts, okay. So, uh, if you follow it, it will be helpful a lot. And if something is wrong, I'm happy to correct it, okay, because I know I'm not perfect. Okay, if it's my pronunciation, maybe I'm saying 300 degrees and I say 300 pounds, or I want to say 300 pounds and I say 300 degrees. You will know from my, because like today, we are looking at shapes. Okay, so if uh, assuming I'm doing a starter with money, it will be pounds or any currency that I decide to use. If I'm doing some work with circular stuff, it will be in degrees, like angles and stuff. So take note of that. Uh, Please don't be scammed. Okay, if somebody's asking you for donation for something else, I don't know anything about it. Don't be scammed. Okay, I'm not asking for donation. If I want to say something like um a couple of videos ago, I was trying to be passionate with people who could get themselves back into education. So it took me like uh 10, 11 minutes. Okay, if I want to say something, I'll say it to you directly. Okay, maybe in the video I start and I feel like just encouraging some of you, I'll say it directly. If I haven't said anything, please don't assume that it's me. Okay, so please don't be scammed. And at the moment, we've been doing this for 1 year now, so you know how I sound. Okay, I know there are AI and stuff that they can use to manipulate, but you still know, because some of you are very good than me. I'm just learning. I'm from those type of uh, uh, people that I was taught with chalk and blackboard. I was encouraged to use pen and pencil. So that's why, okay, I've learned how to do PowerPoint a lot. But I prefer writing things out, because the more you write, the more it sticks. Okay. So I prefer still using my pen and paper to do stuff for myself. Okay. So yeah. Starter. We'll do some mental math sets. Okay. So the first example today, I think, is straightforward. So it should be easy. 2 root 32 times 4 root 2. Okay. 2 times 4 is 8. Root 32 times root 2 is root 64. Now, the square root of 64 is 8. times another 8. So you have 8 times 8 is 64. Okay. Now the second one, 10 root 10 times root 250. Now we have root 10. Because of this root 10, I'm going to do root 10 times root 25. Root 10 times root 10 will give me 10. Root 25 will give me 5. 10 times 5 will give me 50. Okay. Now the third one. 2 times 2 here will be 4. Root 8 times root 8 here will be 8. 4 times 8 will be 32. So the whole of this root 2, 2 root 8 times 2 root 8 will give us 32. Now, 2 root 2 times 2 root 8, okay, 2 times 2 is 4, root 2 times root 8, 4 times root 8, root 2 times root 8 is root 16, which will give us another 4, okay, so 4 times 4 is 16. That's why 2 root 2 times 2 root 8 is equal to 16. These are simplified questions, okay? So you are trying to simplify your answer to give you, maybe you can get rid of the square root or not, but you're trying to make it as simple as possible, okay? Now, so today we are looking at more shapes. So as I explained from the beginning, when you go to the supermarket, now don't just hurry and rush up. When you look at you buy something in a shape form or in a storage like a tin foods, look at the shape. Even if it's a cylinder, look carefully at the shape, okay? That they stored the food in. Okay. Now let's look at this cone. Okay. We have this cone here, and then normally when the ice cream van comes, it has a cone, and you can also get a cone in a chips. Or you can make out your own cone because we've been doing cones now. Okay. Now this cone has a height of 10 centimeters and a base radius of 4 centimeters. Okay, that is the cone. So if we want to find the volume of this cone, this is what we need: the radius, the base radius, and the height. The unit is in centimeters. Its length, so we are going to choose the positive. Okay, assuming we had r squared equals to something, then we'll choose the positive. Okay, I've explained this in earlier videos, so at the moment I think I'm speaking to higher students. If you've been with me till now, um, I've explained this several times. Once in a while I'll say it, but I won't be repeating myself all the time, because by the time you get to this video, you will get most of this. Okay, it's like going through year 7. By the time you get to year 11, you know most of these things anyway. Okay, so assuming this is a cone of a chips, or the ice cream van came, you bought a cone and your ice cream is all over here. Now, there's a likelihood that after you've eaten your ice cream, this part might be a bit soggy. Okay, so if you're like me, you bite the down part, which is a bit crunchy, and throw the soggy bit away. Okay, uh, especially if it's in a hot summer when it melts so fast, you might want to just bite the down bit and throw it because the sogginess will make it too sweet. Okay, so yeah, so if you have it or you buy this bag, whatever this shape is called the Frustum. Okay, that shape here is the Frustum. So assuming that is 10 and you bite 5 centimeters off or you chew 5 centimeters off from the down bit. Now, we are told that this part that you chewed up to, it has a radius of 6 centimeters, and you manage to get rid of 5 centimeters here, centimeters, no meters. Okay, so you have a bigger cone, and you have a smaller cone. Okay, so if you want to find the volume of this part here, you can find the volume of the bigger cone using the formula, and then you find the volume of the smaller cone, and then you subtract. I hope I'm making meaning. Okay, so the base volume, that is the bigger cone. Note, you were not given the diameter, okay, so you don't have to have it. So I've always encouraged you, if you've been given the diameter, it's different from being given the radius. Here, you've been given the radius, okay, and the formula has radius. So you are going to put the radius in, you're not going to have it. Okay. The other code, you've also been given the base radius. So, because if you look at it on its own, you can use that base radius in the diagram here, and then the height, okay, that has been beaten off. Okay, now this is the frustum. This part here, I just read through it for you to see. Okay, now what is the question now? Okay, calculate the volume of the frustum. Okay, leave your answer in pi. So, as I said, to get this volume, I'll first find the volume of the bigger cone, subtract it from the smaller cone, and whatever I have left is this shape. That will be the volume. Okay, so this is the best approach. First, find the volume of the large cone. Find the volume of the small cone. Subtract to get the volume of the frustum. Okay, that is the spelling. Frust, Frustum. Okay, so let's look at what we have here. Now, we know that the volume of any cone is 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay, the large cone, the base radius, okay, is 12 centimeters. The height of the cone is 10 centimeters. Okay, so the volume of the large cone is 1/3 pi, r is 12, all squared, height is 10. You need, if you can't do this part, if you can't get the formula, this formula right, and do this part, then unfortunately you can't do the question. But if you can put in the formula right and put in the values right, everything else is calculation. So 12 squared, 144, times 10 divided by third, you leave your answer in pi. If you do it rightly on the calculator, the large code will give you 480 pi centimeter cube because it's volume. Now the small cone is again 1/3 pi r squared h. Because you beat half, the height is 5 and the radius is 6. It's been shown here. Look there. The radius is 6 here and the height is 5. Okay. So again, we'll use the same formula. 1/3 pi r squared h to find the volume of the smaller cone. So 1/3 pi r squared is 6 squared times 5. When you do this also right, it's 60 pi centimeter cube. Now to find the volume of the frustum, so first of all, you found the volume of the initial cone, okay, and then you found this volume here, the smaller part which is at the end. So whatever is left is this shape here, which we are calling the frustum. So you subtract. Okay. If you understand this, you can solve any shape question. Okay. You just have to work from the known to the unknown. So 480 pi minus 60 pi, you get 420 pi centimeter cube. So that will be the volume of the frustum. Now the second part is saying that you have another cone which has a volume of 420 pi centimeters. Okay. Now the perpendicular height is 35 centimeters. Yeah, 35 centimeters. Okay. So now they're asking you to find the radius. So if the volume of a new cone is 420 pi, then you equate it to the formula. Now you want to find the radius. Okay. So it's a bit tricky, but you need the volume formula. You've been given the formula, a volume. You've been given the height. Now you need to find R. Okay. So you divide these three throughout. You get rid of these three. So you are going to get 3 times 420 pi. And then this 3 is out of this side. You have pi r squared 35. Now, because you have pi on both sides, you can cancel out. So r squared becomes 3 times 420 divided by 35. Okay. Now, if you do it right, r squared will be 36. Now, r squared is 36, means you have r to be plus or minus 6. Now, because it's length, you are going to choose the positive one. Okay, so r is 6 centimeters. Okay, now let's look at another quick one before we go. Again, a similar question. a cone height of 9 centimeters from the base to halfway. Another one is 18 centimeters. Here again, you've been given the radius, not diameter. If you've been given the diameter, you are going to half it because you don't have the diameter in the formula. Okay. So, and then the base of the bigger one, the radius is 10 centimeters. So I'll use 10 centimeters and 18 centimeters to do find the volume of the big cone, and then use 5 centimeters and 9 centimeters to find the volume of the smaller part that has been chopped off or bitten off. And then what if when I subtract, I'll get this volume here, this upper part here, which we are calling the frustum. Okay. There are some yogurts that have this shape. Okay. And I said to you, and this is not to scale. And I said to you, most of this shape, they've calculated it to give them maximum profit. Okay, because maybe another shape it will contain more, but this one it will contain less. So a lot of things go behind before they even come to the shelves. Okay, calculate the volume of the frustum. So we'll do the large cone and we'll use R equals 10 centimeters, height equals 18 centimeters from this diagram. Okay, so if we do that correctly, the volume is 1/3 pi r squared h. Immediately you know this, r squared is 10, h is 18. If you do it right, you are going to get 600 pi centimeter cube because it's volume. Again, with a small cone, pi r squared h, r again is 5 centimeters, h is 9 centimeters. Okay, open your eyes, they've given you r, not diameter. So that is what you are going to use. So 1/3 pi, r is 5, all squared, h is 9, and you get 75 pi centimeter cube. So to have the frustum volume, you are going to get 600 pi minus 75 pi, all in centimeter cube, which will give you 525 pi centimeter cube. So this is the volume of the frustum. Now the second part says a new cone has r centimeters. Find the radius if it has volume of 525 pi r centimeters. Here they are not telling you that it's connected to the last question, because the last question we saw, we've seen that the frustum is 525 pi centimeters. So if you link it, you realize that your volume of the cone, the larger cone, will be 525 pi centimeter cube equals 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay, if they gave you r, you can find h, but this time around they've given you volume. You know r from the diagram, so you can find h. Okay. You know r, they've given you r, they've given you h, so you can find r. The height is here 45 centimeters. So 525 pi equals 1/3 pi r squared is in the question 45 centimeters. Okay, so we squared that and we are supposed to find the h of the new cone. So h now, if we take the pi out, will be 3 times 525 all divided by 45 all squared. Okay, so if you do that on the calculator, right, you have 0.8 centimeters to 1 decimal place. So that again, that will be a height of the new cone with a volume of 525 pi, okay, and a radius of 45 centimeters. Again, easy question. You need to know the volume of the cone. Okay, so don't look at the question and just run off and say, I couldn't do that. When you have all the information or your fingertips, that's why I said this kind of questions, you can start solving the easy ones, solve them right, and then you go back and solve them because you need to do a bit of analysis here, okay, to know what you are finding and what you have, because you have to work from the unknown to know what you know to what you don't know. So you can't say that, oh, we haven't been taught how to find the volume of this, but you have been taught how to find the volume of a cone. So even if they didn't give you the diagram, you can sketch it and figure out that this is what I'm finding. Okay, because they might not mention it's a frustum, but they might guess, throw the question out there and see, um, and test your visual imagination in a way. Okay, and it's an easy question. All you need is a formula, putting R and the H right, and then getting what you can get. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. Invite others to subscribe as well. Like, share, leave us nice comments. Uh, if the account is not yours, open yours or ask somebody else to help you open yours or ask permission from the account holder. Please follow my no/script, okay? Follow my no/script. Beware of scammers, please, okay? Thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video.